We are Two Guys Playing Zelda, and you can follow us on Twitter at Two Guys Play Zelda or email us at twoguysPlayingZelda@gmail.com.
This is part 3 of the Lakebed Temple, and in this video we're finally going to be getting a compass.
Kind of late, really.
It is. It's 2 games in a row now that two dungeons in a row.
I mean, Zelda dungeons don't always go like this, but usually it's dungeon map, compass, item, and these last couple of times.
This and Goron Mines.
Yeah, this and Goron Mines, we've kind of gotten the compass a little bit later.
Yeah, it's just weird to get the dungeon item before you get the compass.
Am I trying to kill a Keese with a bow?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, just put it away
without Z targeting.
Well, you can't Z target them unless they're
that far away.
Yeah, they're close to you. So yeah, that's just a bit. Luckily, I gave up on that one pretty quickly.
And I do love how you can use the claw shot to like lower yourself down. It gives you a better idea of like what's below you.
Now, I know you can't do that in the games previous to this, but could you do that Skyward Sword? I don't think you can.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Skyward Sword, you kind of just like hook shot to places. I don't think you can really lower yourself, and I did really love that concept of this game.
I think in Wind Waker you can use the what's it, grappling hook?
Grappling hook.
And raise and lower
it's
yourself.
A different one because we also get the hook shot.
Yeah,
in Wind Waker,
and
so it's kind of different.
But yeah, I just thought it was cool to introduce that. I guess maybe not introduce the concept, but just have it in here.
Was introduced in this game.
Yeah, and plus, like, once you do get the double, oh man, that opens up all kinds of possibilities.
Oh man, when you're dude, I'm getting excited thinking about it right now. that weapon just gets me, man.
We got a few dungeons to worry about.
That's like a man's weapon, you know.
It was such a great idea to add.
Like I want to have like all my power tools in my garage, and then a double claw shot, like right there on the end of the workbench. Like don't even use it, like in a glass case.
Build one.
Like in a glass case with like locks all on it,
or build 2
bulletproof glass, and just a shiny double claw shot sitting right there.
eBay it. I bet you could find them out.
You probably could.
I would not be shocked. But yeah, now that we actually, we've got the claw shot, we're kind of using it just to work our way up, kind of here. I mean,
up, over, left, right,
everywhere. Like I said, I got confused as heck watching this, watching these videos, trying to figure out where you were.
Yeah, I had a lot of notes for this dungeon. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, it helps.
Except like the directions, like just to see. It's one of those things like if you get the sequence not completely right, 'cause you never get completely right.
Of course.
But if you get the sequence somewhat right, it's not that bad. But
no,
if you screw up here and there, I mean, I think it's just obviously we talked about it in some of our earlier parts.
Yeah,
it's usually a concept of the water temple, and I just think that's why people just hate him so much.
Yeah, because one little mistake can set you back so far.
And I remember the first time playing through this game, like I really did dislike this dungeon. Like it was one of my least favorites. But this time playing it, I don't know. I seen some more like the beauty.
Yeah.
And since I knew what I was doing, like I didn't hate it as much. And like I was like, wow, this is actually kind of a good dungeon.
It really is. And we mentioned in our first video, like it is a beautiful looking dungeon. And it's just, it's easy to get lost, of course, but if you get it right, it can be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And the claw shot's always awesome.
Yes. Oh, definitely. Yeah. And like just like I said, like we already mentioned too, like just those canals of the water.
Yes.
Just like the water. It's like kind of remind me of like a. Well, I wouldn't say calm stream because there's enemies trying to kill us.
Yeah.
But like like a calm stream, you're kind of just going through the place, and I just have a lot of trouble right here.
Well, see, in this game, the claw shot and kind of the bow to a lesser extent threw me off a little bit because I could never know if I should hold down the button.
That's what I was doing right there. Yeah, I was thinking like I just kept on hitting the button.
Yep.
And it would bring it up and shoot it right away.
Like
and
right there.
Yeah, and I wasn't holding it down.
I can totally sympathize.
I got rattled.
I can absolutely sympathize with that. I've been through the same thing where you just like in one Zelda game you just tap it and it up, and this one. You hold it. It's just a pain.
At this time, I was playing between different games, so the controls are kind of
easy to get confused.
But we like to always use the controls as an excuse, also. So I don't know how much you should listen to that.
Everybody needs a crutch. Come on.
Yeah. See that mistake right there? Controls.
What I do like about having the claw shot, though, it does give us a new way to kill those like cricket guys we kind of mentioned before. Like,
but killing with the bomb arrow is pretty cool though too.
But like pulling them out of their little bubble and then just slashing them.
Yeah, like that's face to face combat right there.
It's like Scorpion, get over here.
Oh my God, that's a great point. It really is almost exactly like that.
Imagine Link screaming.
Man, yeah,
Ooh, these armadillos.
Dude, I panic on those things. Is that what they're called? That's not what they're called.
Oh,
okay, I see you're using the real scientific term on those enemies.
Yeah.
Those things I always panic, dude. Like I sit there, you got your claw shot, you're ready, and then they just come flying in.
If you're not,
I don't know why I stopped talking right now because I know it's coming.
Oh! See,
I didn't even know that stream was there.
See, I would laugh, but I remember doing the exact same thing and go on mine.
Yeah,
with a lava.
I don't know why I stopped. I should have kept on talking and tried to like push through that
play it
maybe
off.
a little. Yeah, play it off, which is on video, so I don't know how I would actually play that off.
But I did the exact same thing in Go on Mines with lava. I mean, it happens.
Yeah,
especially when you.
Yeah, you jumped into it. Like, see, I shot my hook shot, and I didn't have a chance after that. It was all like I've already made my decision.
You were committed.
By the time I shot it, you just ran and jumped.
It looked enticing.
This lava's not gonna hurt.
No, I was wrong. I thought the fire tunic would protect me more than it did.
Yeah, but I do love how this part of this room, like, remember, like, in one of our earlier parts, we had the same looking room on the other side of the dungeon. Did I get it twice?
Different one, but yeah, he got you too.
But, saying, like, you know, same looking room, but, like, this one's broken off, like, you know, a little bit. And why is it broken this room? I guess it's because of the geysers, I guess.
Well, I guess that's a really good point.
I don't know why they're there, but
eroded it down or whatever. Now, what threw me off is like when you get close to where it breaks off, where the pathway breaks off, it's like cracked. I have no idea how many of those ends of walkways I tried to bomb just because they.
Oh,
were
you thought they were like, yeah, like a secret room.
I mean, that's a good idea, though. You see a bomb in Zelda, or no, you see a crack in Zelda,
I'm gonna
bomb it. Yeah, exactly.
So that threw me off for a little. After I think the first or second one, I'm like, okay, I'm wasting bombs.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they.
Then there's probably one like the next crack probably had like a secret room or something in it.
Yeah. I mean, thankfully, bombs are plentiful in this.
Yes. Well, bombs are plentiful in this game because you have. Like you have like 3 bomb bags you can get.
That's right.
Then you have water bombs, and then you have regular bombs. You can get like a ton of bombs in this game.
Yeah. Wind Waker was kind of the same way. We get like 99 bombs.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I think you can eventually get there with arrows and bombs in this game. At least 2.
I think. Well, no, 100. It's 100.
100. Yeah. And here we finally get the compass. Now that we're 2/3 of the way through.
And talking about being realistic, like the compass just also looked more realistic in this game. Like, you know, just little tiny details in this game just made it feel more, I guess you could say, realistic, adult. Ooh, I definitely did not get past that one slide.
I thought you'd safely get past him, but yeah, he got that one.
Yeah, just like the little details, I guess, more realistic, I think, / more adult is really what I feel playing this game.
Yeah, and I think that, I mean, like we mentioned, I think in our first or second part of this this video, it's just like after the Wind Waker cell shading, they had to go that direction.
Oh, definitely. But man, they went from one side to the other.
They really did. And I think that was it was great to have that contrast, though. I mean, and some people love one art style better, some people love the other.
I think it's not like Skyward Sword so much is because it was like a middle ground.
It really was
between Twilight Princess and Wind Waker.
It feels like more brighter, more colors, more brighter. Ugh, that's
like you said, like, you know, the visuals, like, you know, this probably does have one of the better like visual appealing dungeons. But there's really still not that much to it.
Yeah, and you're right. Skyward Sword does do a really good balance between the two.
I kind of like the stream going both ways right there.
Oh, I know. There's like even an arrow on the ground right there. Is that in that room? There was one of the rooms has like an arrow on the ground too.
I don't know. I probably didn't see it. If I did, I probably didn't pay attention to it. An arrow. What's this do?
Like, obviously, that's the way we're going.
Yeah.
And here's what blows my mind. If I'm wearing iron boots and I jump into a pond full of electric jellyfish, I'm probably going to get the crap shocked out of me.
Yeah.
You think the...
I was about to say Jabby Jabby, but you do get the crap shocked out of you in Jabby Jabby.
Yeah, Jabby Jabby gets me pretty good. But yeah, it's just it's weird though. Like, I would figure those like jellyfish would have
definitely
range. I guess.
Zelda logic.
One of them does get you.
Triforce of Courage apparently like helps out a lot, like in aspects you wouldn't think of. Like apparently you don't get shocked in water.
Yeah. Well, I know I wouldn't be jumping into these pools without any Triforce of Courage.
Yeah, exactly right.
Not a dungeon diving kind of person.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here commentating other people dungeon diving.
Yeah. We'll leave the courage up to Link. We'll sit here and talk about them.
Well, once again, it's cool being on top of these moving platforms now. Like earlier, you saw us kind of riding the platforms from below, like standing on them, and we just keep avoiding those lizards. We mentioned before, it's like,
well, there's no point to beat them really.
Yeah,
I mean, they don't give you anything, so
there's just not a ton of combat in this.
Unlike you, when I can avoid enemies, I avoid enemies.
Oh, I run.
Whereas like you start losing hearts, and you're like, no, I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get them.
It's a matter of pride. Like if one of them hurts me,
and then you die.
and then I die. But if one of them hurts me, I want to get my revenge.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to look at it.
Well, I just want to make sure he doesn't come and get me later.
Yeah, okay, now that's a good point, actually. I've had that issue many times where, like, I'm just going to walk past this guy, and then, like, out of nowhere, BAM!
Then he backdoors you when you're not looking. You're like, But I thought also a nice touch here was like using the claw shot to pull down switches from above. And I feel like that's something that if it was in earlier games, it was underutilized. It may have been in Wind Waker a little bit with the whip or something, but I thought it was pretty cool. Or not the whip, I'm sorry, the grappling hook. But I thought it was pretty cool, like to dangle from the switches, activating.
Yeah, there's another lizard dropping down right there.
Perfect, man. That lizard.
I'm fooling those guys.
Those guys are not smart.
Yeah, but we talk about pulling out switches. Yeah, it is a kind of a cool concept, but
yeah.
Because we've seen like either like earlier in the dungeon like hanging on things.
Yeah.
And then use your hook shot and everything. And this is I don't know. I'm just having fun right here because
yeah.
why not?
I like here in a minute you get to ride.
Oh, that was close.
Hey, we talk about screwing up the sequence.
Dude, Keith's got to be the most frustrating enemy in all the Zelda games.
They're
really.
in nearly every dungeon.
I mean, there's obviously harder enemies.
Yeah.
But they're hard to hit sometimes, and they always seem to knock you off things. Like I almost got knocked off right there.
That's when you find them, is those narrow platforms, the small platforms.
Oh, here's a pillar. Let's put a flying Keith around it.
And they have been a nuisance since day one, unfortunately, in Zelda's games. And I'm sure they'll plague us till the very end.
Yeah. They will.
Unfortunately.
And I did love this room. It's just kind of like you do a lot of swimming, like underneath, underneath, I don't know, the ground or whatever.
Yeah, it's like an underwater cavern.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say. I was going to eventually get the room sooner or later.
Man, that's a giant, angry-looking clam.
Yeah, it is. But kind of like an underground cavern.
Yeah, it's very easy to get disoriented when you're swimming around underwater. But the map helps, of course.
Yeah, it does.
But you also have several levels of this water.
And that's kind of what I liked. I mean, I don't remember liking it the first time that much, but when I kind of knew what I was doing, I did like it a lot more.
Woo, you're lucky you got through there before you fired up that shocker.
Yeah. Well, I pull off one of the smoothest moves ever in a Zelda game right here. Oh
my goodness.
I've hit myself, damaged myself a lot, but how I bomb myself underwater is beyond me.
You got distracted by that fish that was coming to get you there.
Only in Zelda and only Hick playing could you blow yourself up underwater.
I mean, that was just perfect though. You just got blasted right back.
Well, I was looking at that stupid enemy and I was just like, I keep on doing that, right? Because I accidentally hit A and then apparently he wants to dive all the way back down.
You're thinking, I need to go up for air. I need to go up for air.
Now, I would have been willing to pay $500 for those flippers. Instead of Link to the Past, where you just get ripped off.
I know.
Those flippers are worth 500 rupees. I think I said dollars. 500 rupees.
Rupees, yeah. I was like, wait, what are you paying $500?
Well, you know what I meant.
You're double claw shot.
Yes.
That's what you're paying $500.
Rupees are the same exchange rate as dollars in this game.
There you go.
Or cents, I guess you could say.
There you go. But no, it's fun being able to do some of this swimming around underwater that we couldn't do a ton of in Majora's Mask. We do some as a Zora. Like when you wear the Zora mask. But I mean,
there's not a lot of swimming in this dungeon, really. I mean, the water
just this one area.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the water temple we didn't have a lot of either. But I mean, it kind of is nice, when in your water temple you do like to swim a little bit.
And we couldn't really swim underwater that much in Ocarina of Time either. So you either had the iron boots or you were floating on the surface.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You couldn't swim. We didn't have any control over that.
So I thought it was cool adding this element.
Wish we kind of did a little bit more, maybe, but
you do what you can. Either way, that wraps up part 3